Alright, I just wanted to do a quick review on the iCade. It is a small mini arcade cabinet designed for the iPad. It will work with any tablet. It syncs via Bluetooth, so it sees the cabinet, your device sees the cabinet as a Bluetooth keyboard. So technically any tablet or phone that has Bluetooth will work with this cabinet. The cabinet does come unassembled. You do have to put it together. It's not too difficult. There are a few screws, but overall it's pretty nice. It does have a battery compartment. It takes 2 AA's, and that is just for the Bluetooth capability. I don't know how long they'll last. It should last a while though, because the device does shut off after a while of not using it. There are instructions on the top to on how to sync the tablet you're using to the iCade. So it's pretty nice. Most of the stuff is designed specifically for the iPad. So that's what we're going to use here. We're going to use my iPad 1, and we're going to just jump right into MAME. There are a lot of games that do work with this. There's a couple Atari packs on the iTunes store that work with it, but we're going to jump right into the good stuff. Now the iPad sits right in the cradle. There is a little cradle there, and it will fit vertical like it is now, and it will fit horizontal, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So like I said, let's jump right into iMame4All. Now, iMame did come out on the store a few days ago, but it was pulled off the market, so if you were lucky to get it, good, but if not, you would have to jailbreak your device, and you'll have to put iMame4All on there. So when you first load up iMame4All, or iMame, and you have an iCade, it will detect that you have it, and it will hide the on-screen keyboard, because you can play games with an on-screen keyboard, but it's very difficult and it's not the same at all. So I'm just going to scroll up and down the list a little bit here. You can see iMame4All supports a ton of MAME ROMs. So we'll go into a few of them here, and I'll show you how it works. And when you first enter a game, you have a couple options. You can change some settings, but most of the time it's ready to go. So here we are. We're going to go into Donkey Kong, and upper left button is insert coin, and the lower left button is start. Now I'm not going to be able to play very well with one hand. I'm holding the camera, but you can see how well it works, and you can hear the sound and everything. Now the 2 white buttons on the right are your buttons A and B, or whatever button 1 and 2, however you look at it. And the other black buttons do different things depending on the game. Some games that support more than 2 buttons, you'll use the black ones. But to get back out of a game, you touch the screen, hit exit game, it will ask you if you want to exit, hit yes, and you're back in the menu. Okay, we'll just jump into another one here. Now this is, I'm not positive on how you pronounce it, but it's Esperade. And this is a shmup, they call them. And it's a shoot 'em up. More like a plain shooter type game. This one graphically is pretty good. You can see how well this will run. And again, of course, I can't control the direction and the buttons at the same time, so I'm gonna die right away, just like that. Alright, jumping into another game. We'll go into a more of a horizontal-based game like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, you can keep the iCade the way it is, vertically like this, and it will rescale the window to fit. But if you open the top, you do have a secondary platform, and the emulator will all auto-orient itself, so it'll fill it up all the way. It's another classic beat-em-up game, one that I played many years ago in the arcade with my friends. This is actually a 4-player game. This is the 2-player version, which lets you select the turtle. If you have the 4-player version, you're stuck with whoever is in player 1's position. So. Okay, we'll jump into, we'll go into Mortal Kombat here. Now, for some reason, right now, Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 do not work on here. It pretty much boots you right out back to the main iPad interface. So, there may be an update coming soon, I don't know, but the development of this is constantly being updated, so it wouldn't surprise me that if the next version would work fine, but Mortal Kombat 1 works fine. And for this demo, I'll be cheap and pick Raiden because he has some special moves that you don't need to push buttons with. But you can see the buttons do work. For a game like this, because it uses 5 buttons, you're going to have to remap which buttons do what. I haven't remapped this yet, but you can enter the main options and remap the buttons how you like them. Alright, ended up winning that. Going to another game here. This is Wonder Boy. This is another 80s game made by Sega. It may look familiar to some people that have a Nintendo, 8-bit Nintendo. It's also known as Adventure Island on Nintendo, although the graphics have been changed a bit. One of my favorite games, though. Okay, another quick one. Here's Berserk. And Berserk, you have to shoot while you're moving, so I'm not going to be able to shoot and move at the same time here. I keep hitting the screen sometimes. And we'll go into one more here. Here is Miss Pac-Man. Now right now it's in horizontal mode. You can see how it's centered everything on the screen. But I'll just flip it around here, and it'll shoot back to vertical mode. Really a really nice feature that you can change it on the fly. And here's a game you don't need any buttons. This is perfect. Surprisingly, the controls are not too bad. I see a lot of other reviews saying the controls are a bit rough. Now, they're close to arcade authentic, but they're not. The buttons are a little clicky, but overall, the device works pretty well. That's all I got.